When I was 7 years old, I saw the movie Toy Story for the first time. And like a lot of people who are around that age when Toy Story came out, I learned valuable lessons about friendship and the importance of accepting others. I also learned that all of my toys are secretly alive and that if I ever got rid of any of them, they would resent me forever because I was the only human that they had ever loved.
Well, you're listening to the word there of the woman who was recently named Portland's best storyteller by Willamette Week. Her own story quite compelling. Just recently she learned she won a 4-year battle with Hodgkin's lymphoma. Happy to have Brianna Barrett with us this morning, and she's a part of a storytelling event happening tomorrow night at the Clinton Street Theater. Welcome to you.
Hi.
And like I mentioned, your own story, just incredible. Tell us about your journey into storytelling and how that related to fighting cancer.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, I'd never spoken on stage before until after I was diagnosed with cancer. I've always been a writer. At the time I was pursuing screenwriting, and I'm now a playwright. I've always kind of pictured myself as sort of a background person, but after I was diagnosed with cancer, about a year later, I was invited to speak at a charity event that happens here, an annual event in November every year from the HHH Foundation called Notes of Hope, where the Portland Storytellers Guild actually comes in and coaches cancer survivors in telling their true personal stories.
Okay, wait a minute. Portland Storytellers Guild?
Yes.
What does it mean when you say, I'm a storyteller? What does that mean?
Well, it can mean a large variety of things. The Guild sort of provides opportunities for people to get into folk tales and personal stories and fairy tales and historical stories, educational stories. It's kind of a catch-all for all of the different kinds of storytelling that happens in Portland. They're a guild that provides resources for people who want to learn how to tell stories. There's a lot of people who are professional storytellers who tell stories as their full-time job, which is not a world that I was aware of either until I did this charity event and I spoke, and I had a really amazing time. And the president of the guild actually approached me afterwards and told me they really wanted me to join, which was really an honor. And so I did, and I've been telling stories with the guild ever since.
Well, you can tell you just love it. I mean, your passion and enthusiasm so evident. As you've, come into this new world for you, what do you think makes a good storyteller?
I think that being able to connect with an audience, to understand why the story that you're telling is important to other people, is what puts people a cut above. I think there are a lot of people who have something about themselves that they want to share with people, and that's very important. And I think taking that other step to understand sort of what you want people to get out of that, or what you want to get from other people, is very important. The thing that I love the most about telling stories on stage is actually afterwards, when people come up to me and want to tell me what they got out of hearing my story. And people are so excited to tell me things that happen to themselves. They feel inspired. They often ask how they can get involved in telling stories. And I think that is similar advice that I would give them, is just...
Did it help you through your fight with cancer to be able to share what was going on?
Absolutely, yeah. And I've actually been volunteering with that organization for the last several years, so I now get to coach other cancer survivors in telling their stories on stage for the first time. And it's a really remarkable experience to get to see people sort of going through that process of processing the things that have happened to them, and sort of make meaning out of the things that has happened to them. I think making something good out of something bad is very special.
A matter of people identifying with you and then ultimately making a connection in some way through the story you're telling. They're happening tomorrow night at the Clinton Street Theater, so if you'd like to learn more, it's at 7:30, and portlandstorytellers.org. You can find more information about tomorrow night and really storytelling in general.
I could listen to you all day.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And she does it all with such a smile.
I know,
it's beautiful.
Right?
Thank you.